Hello and welcome. I am Mima Plays, and today we will be starting a new Let's Play series on the Game Dev Tycoon. Now then, I have played this game before, so I have somewhat of an idea as to what I'm doing. Now, some people may say that's cheating, but in my personal opinion, it's your game. You get to play it the way you want. So, I'm gonna make a new game. Okay, welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. In this business simulation, you have been transported back in time to start your very own game development company, right at the beginning of the PC revolution. In the next 35 years, you can build your dream company, create the best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. Before you start your adventure, you have to give your upcoming company a name. Just a name that I regularly use when doing a thing called roleplay. So yeah, it's basically some daily like created God knows how many years ago now. Among hints, since you have played the game before, you can use all previously gained hints in this game. Would you like to import all previously gained hints into this game? You may have noticed that I do those saves with a thing called Cubes mode. If you're wondering what that was, I was just messing around with a mod a few years back on this game, seeing what it did instead. When I realized it was a cheats mod, I got rid of it. Okay, development game. Topic. I'm gonna go with the crime. Action game. That's gonna go on PC. We're gonna call it Great Escape. 2D graphics. Oh, you wouldn't see a crime-based text game. Oh, at least not that I'm aware. There could be some out there. I'm just not very smart, so I wouldn't really know if that is the case. Okay, I'd say that's pretty good. It's working in the past at least. And before you ask viewers, I will be mentioning an old playthrough of mine on this game that I did before. I didn't complete the game or anything. I only got about 5 years in, I want to say. It was like, what, 5 or 6 years in up here in the top right corner. It was basically just like, it just shows you like the progressive time up here in the top right corner. That's all it is. Not like actual in-game stuff, which you probably already knew, but for those who possibly didn't know, I figured a quick explanation would do good there. Sound like a bit, graphic I can go up, roll design can go down slightly. Okay. Now, if you are wanting to play this game, you can easily acquire it on Steam. I forget exactly how much I paid for it, if I did pay for it. It might have been free, although I don't believe it was free. That just shows my awful memory coming through, but anyway. If you want to get this game for yourself, you can easily get it on Steam. From what I remember, it was about £10 British money? I'm not entirely certain what that is in different currencies. It'll probably be worth giving that a quick Google if you can. But, yeah, if you want to play this game yourself, then you can just head over to Steam and get it there. And when it comes to, like, making your first game here, you don't really have to worry all that much about ratings and all that. Now, yes, the ratings do help in the long run, but as long as you can get at least a half-decent game off out the gate, it gets you enough money to continue to essentially jumpstart your career, then you'll basically be set. That's something I've learned about this game. And game reviews like this are very important. These are the reviews that will actually determine, will actually determine how good your game actually is. The higher the rating, the better the game will perform, and the more money and fans you will rake in as time progresses. Now, just like in the real world, all games you make will only be on the market for a limited time, so you can only make so much money from a game before it gets taken off the in-game market. STL Studios, a newcomer in the game industry, has just released their first game, The Great Escape. The game received favorable reviews with such a good start. STL Studios are sure to gain fans quickly. If you're wondering what STL stands for, it doesn't actually stand for anything. I couldn't think of anything it could stand for, actually, so if you viewers could come up with something that it could stand for, then that would be actually pretty good, because with this new Let's Play series that I'm creating here, I'm hoping to connect with the fans a bit, see what they want me to do with this YouTube channel, because I'm doing a few different things here. I am actually working on something big that I've been working on all of the summer of 2025, actually, if you can believe it. I will touch upon that a little later in this video, but not right now, as everything is still kind of, I don't want to say unconfirmed, but it's been going at a bit of a snail's pace recently. And the reason I'm generating game report is to figure out what went well and what went wrong with the game, so that we figure out what to do and what not to do in game development in this game. And sometimes you do make mistakes that you haven't made before, but that's one of the parts of this game. It's all about trial and error. You gotta find what works for you and what works for the type of games that you would like to make. Another thing that I should mention is that in the research area, you would actually need to research new topics if you want to make new types of games, like let's say dystopian, for instance. I would have to research that. It would cost me 10 research points. So listen to that. Now, as you can see, I have 59,100 cash. Now, in the beginning, you start off with about 70 grand if you choose your settings correctly. Since I've played this game before, my settings have been hard locked, from what I remember. So that way I always start with 70 grand with a 35-year cycle. So when 35 years are up, the game ends. I know it's a different way of playing this game. It's more of an infinite cycle, but for the life of me, I've not been able to figure out how to get that. Because I think the only way you can do that is by choosing that option at the very beginning of the game when you haven't played it like ever before. From what I can remember. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, put a comment down below to tell me what I've got wrong, because as I've said previously, I'm not exactly what we call smart, so there is that. Alright, time to develop a game. Now, also one thing that is worth noting is that if you make two games with the same topic and genre here, if you make two of those types of games that are pretty much the same, too close to each other, that will hurt the ratings that you get for the game, along with the other stuff, like how much money you can break in and how many fans you can get, because if you make the same game too close to one another, then it'll just badly perform, from what I've learned. So it's best to mix and match, see what works, see what types of games work, so we can have two different types of games running simultaneously. So I'm gonna go with the Romance Adventure here, and as you can see, it's a great combo. It doesn't go any higher than great, so great is the best thing you can do. I'm gonna go on PC again. I'm gonna name this one Romeo and Juliet. It's very well known, so it would help in sales, I imagine, if this was real life. I don't know if the naming of a game helps in sales. I know it does have I know it has somewhat of an effect on the ratings, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't really have all that much of an effect. It just kind of shows that in the little text that it shows the people that have rated games in this game. They're not real people, it's like just a game mechanic of this game, if I had to guess. So there's that. And as you grow your gaming company in this game, you will move out of this garage into a bigger, better building. And you will in fact hire staff. Now, what's important there is when you hire the staff, you want to make sure you have enough money to cover you over for the rent and expenses, because that is a major part of this game. If you don't make sure you're covered there when making a game, you will go bankrupt, because that has happened to me in the past. So, just something for you fellas to be careful of if you were to play this game. Anyway, that's enough of me yapping about certain game mechanics in this game. If you viewers want me to continue doing stuff like that in the subsequent episodes, then please let me know in the comments below of this video, because I want to make sure I'm giving the fans what they want. I want to make sure the viewers are getting a viewing experience that they like and that is easy for me to provide for them. So yeah. Oh, and one thing, if you release a game with bugs up here, that will hurt the performance of the game. The more bugs there are, the worse the performance of the game is, similar to real life. So that. And also, you can go in the red in money up here. Just so you know, you want to catch that before it gets bad, because if you go too far into debt, you will go bankrupt in this game. Because if you go bankrupt, that's one of the ways the game will end, if you just go bankrupt, which is not good. Now, let's take a look at these rules. Okay. Okay, 8. And 8 is a very good, solid area for a game to be. Number 8. If you can get, like, 4 of the same number, then you can pretty much guarantee that a game is going to be decent in sales. And as you can see here, 4 8s. And they'll be reflected in the sales up here, hopefully. Yeah, as you can see, the better the game is, the more units it will sell, and the more units it sells, the more money you get. So there is that. Generate game report. You don't have to generate a game report, it's more of an optional thing you can do once you've released a game. But in my personal opinion, I'd say it's a good thing to do, so that way you can figure out what has gone wrong with the game if something has gone wrong with the game. I'd say you generally give it for more so if a game does badly than when a game does good. So we can figure out what went wrong and how to fix that, like I mentioned earlier. Now then, about that project I mentioned earlier in the video that I said I've been working on all throughout the summer. If you haven't noticed, there's been a few teaser trailers up on my channel for a while now. Those teasers are for a feature-length fan-made film that I've been working on along with my friend pretty much all throughout the summer. My friend, she joined on a little later at around, I want to say late August, early September, if I remember correctly, so it's that. And basically, what it is, it's a fan film of Doctor Who. I know some of you might not know what that is. It's a sci-fi TV show where there's this alien being called the Doctor, which is a Time Lord that can regenerate. And in this film that I am not only directing and producing, but also acting in, the Doctor is supposed to be completely out of regenerations, and after trying and failing to figure out why, he realizes that sometimes it's better to just leave stuff like that alone, especially when his fate is intertwined with that of the fate of a human. I shouldn't say anymore, otherwise I may end up spoiling the film, so it's that. Now, what name is this dystopian game? That's not how you spell apocalypse. How do you spell apocalypse? I don't know how to spell that. Ground Zero. Alright. And let's get to game development. Engine will go up to there. Gameplay will go up to there. Story quests will go down to, I'd say about here. Now, I'll probably be ending this episode after this game is released. I might go on a bit further. Just depends on what ends up happening, you know. Please, put it down in the comments below how long of episodes you would like of this new Let's Play series that well, I'm hoping will become a Let's Play series. It just depends on what the viewers, that being you at home, would want of this game. Because I know a few of the famous YouTubers like Jacksepticeye have played this game long before me. I think it was a bit after it released when he played it. But at the same time, in all honesty, it doesn't really matter what game I end up playing on the channel, as long as you viewers have a fun time watching and I have a fun time playing, obviously. As long as those two things are met when playing a game, then there's a high chance it can become a Let's Play series, which is what I'm hoping this game will have. But if not, then that is perfectly fine with me. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is an ever-changing landscape, so you never really know what you're going to end up getting. About there. one thing that's just crossed my mind, is that some of you might not be able to understand what I'm actually saying, and I do apologize for that, but there isn't really anything I can do about that because of a thing known as a lisp. That is something that I've been stuck with pretty much all my life, and there is absolutely nothing that I can do about it. So if you do need to use the subtitles, then honestly, go ahead. I would prefer if you wouldn't need to use those subtitles, but I do understand that some people just might not be able to understand what I say, which, while a little unfortunate, there isn't really much I can personally do about that. I mean, I know there's likely some AI apps around on the internet somewhere that can remedy that, but I've never really trusted AI all that much. So there's that. Hi there, this person round is Zero and I'm impressed by your talent. I'm in the contracting business and we could use skills like yours. If you are ever short of cash, just let me know, and I will see if I have some work for you. Jason. I forgot about that. As you progress in the game, you unlock more and more things. You can find contract work, you need to get publishers involved, like basically market your game and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff you can do. But yeah, once this game report is generated, I think I'll call that an episode. It's been a long time coming, this sort of content. The entire reason I haven't been able to do stuff like this before was because my PC, being the potato that it is, required a driver update so that way OBS could work. I know it's a bit technical, so basically my computer needed a update so that my recording software could work. That's it. And before now, I didn't really know how to do it, but obviously I've been able to get it to work. So from this point onward, content like this, gameplay with commentary, is likely going to become a mainstay on this channel, as long as you viewers would want it. If you viewers want it, then I'll be more than happy to make more of it, because that's what I'm going to be doing in the future. If not, then that is unfortunately understandable. But at the end of the day, it is my choice what I want to do with this channel, because it is my channel also. Some viewers may not like this style of content, some might like this style of content. It just depends on the viewers' preferences, because different people have different preferences. But that has been a rather successful episode there, I'd say. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode. This has been me, Play.